Hey there, and welcome back to Head Over Hands Golf. This is episode 2. What you're going to see in this episode is me practicing a new way to try to pitch and chip. And it doesn't go very well, at least initially. So, as I mentioned, this episode is about chipping and pitching. One of the things that I noticed from the video in the first episode is that when I'm chipping and pitching, I tend to lift up my left foot quite a bit. And I worry a little bit that that's creating some issues in terms of the repeatability of my swing or the reliability of my swing. I was watching a video that mentioned that you really should have your feet close together, and if you watch pros, it's true, I watched a little bit, their feet are really close together on that, and that allows you to get more action and more motion with less well, for me, hitchiness. One of the realities of my swing is that I've got a bum right ankle. I don't have much cartilage left in that, and that creates all sort of issues. But I wonder when I'm wide in my stance and taking that little chip and pitch swing when I don't need the power that I need from a full swing, if that's causing issues. So that's what I tried. You'll see, again, it doesn't go very well, and at least the initial shots. It gets a little bit better throughout, and I think I'm going to continue to try to see if this works for me. But again, open to any feedback and any thoughts. As I mentioned, I'm trying out a different chipping stance here. This is from Cagorno Golf, Eric Cagorno, I think that's how you say the name, here on YouTube. Great channel, some really great instruction and help. But one of the things he had mentioned is that that the pros, if you look at the pros and how they hit their chip shots, their feet are much closer together than what you'll see from most amateurs, me included. In fact, most of the time on my chip shots, I would be in a kind of a full wide stance, even wider than what he shows in his video. Almost, well, probably not almost, certainly more than shoulder width apart. And so anyway, what I'm trying here is this to keep my feet quite close together. Now, the first few hits were absolutely disastrous. It got to a better place and at a better point, and I don't know exactly, that one was decent right there, but I don't know exactly what was happening with the first shots. If I was so focused on my feet that I wasn't paying attention to what was happening with my shoulder turn or my hips or anything else. But I'm hopeful that this can help me with my pitching. That's a bad one right there. Thinned it out. What I will often see in my rounds of golf is that particularly when pressure comes on, one of the it feels like be the easiest part of the game, which are little chip shots. I flub, I thin, I just make disasters of way too often. So I am, while I have issues, and I've mentioned in the previous video that in terms of recommendations that I'm getting from the app that I use, that I need to be focusing on my approach shots, I feel like I'm losing so many strokes to my chipping that I continue to want to try to practice that as well as my kind of a bit more distant pitch shots. And then here I just finished up my practice by again doing my putting drills. Start with, as I mentioned, dropping 5 balls in a 3-foot radius, doing that twice, so 10 total balls, then a 6-foot radius twice, so 10 balls on that, and then just taking the percentage and logging that. My putting has been a real weakness in terms of actual scoring. It seems like my most reliable club is my driver in most rounds, and my putting will just be all over the place. So I really make that a point of focus, and I'm hoping that some deliberate practice will help to go a little bit better. On this particular round, actually my 30 and my 60-foot putts went really well. I think my putting average was like a 2.1 on the 60-foot, and it was right dead at 2 for the 30-foot, so I didn't hole out any 30-foot putts, but I didn't do any worse than two putting any of them, which was great.